If you just got your first raised bed, but you're struggling with what to grow in it, I'm going to share with you my top 10 veggies and why they're best grown in a raised bed. So the first one and number one of my favorite picks is going to be growing carrots in raised beds. Mainly because carrots absolutely love very loose soil. And that can sometimes be hard to achieve in a raised bed. They also like the soil to be deep, at least 12 to 18 inches. And that can sometimes be difficult in containers. You can get the loose soil in a container, but not necessarily the depth. Carrots are such divas. If they feel anything, anything down here at the edge of their root system, they will just give up. So you'll get like super stubby carrots or you'll get forked carrots. They're all examples of their desire to be in super loose soil. And so raised beds offers that. Number two is going to be over my shoulder here, and that is tomatoes. Tomatoes do really well in raised beds because for several reasons. Number one, if you live in a colder climate, the raised beds are going to heat up first. And when they heat up first, that means that the tomato plants and the roots of the tomato plants are going to be happier. Another reason is that they like a lot of nutrients. They're kind of heavy feeders when it comes to potassium and phosphorus, and raised beds kind of allow you to put more nutrients in the soil than just an in-ground bed. It forces all that nutrition to stay in this small little space so that you can kind of grow a lot very close together. And then also consistency. Tomatoes, if you have too little or too much water, they'll start cracking, they get diseases, they're just really dramatic. And so because of that, having a raised bed with loose soil that is kind of moisture holding, wicking, it will allow them to have that even moisture that they love without having all of the issues like blossom end rot or cracking. When it comes to growing in raised beds, containers, or in ground, you can't go wrong with picking up my book, The Homegrown Florida Gardening Guide. It's a chapter for every vegetable, and it teaches you exactly how to grow it here in Florida, regardless of the method that you want to grow it in. You can grab this on my website, homegrownfloridagarden.com. Next one is going to be in this bed behind me, which is lettuce. Sadly, I only have one left that is not bolted. Well, I guess there's a couple little guys right here too, but the rest of my lettuce is starting to bolt. Lettuce likes growing in raised beds because it likes the even moisture. One of the reasons these guys is bolting is because we're getting a lot of heat, and sometimes you can starve off that bolting process by having like a lot of consistent moisture, which is why I've been able to grow all my lettuce all the way to May. Here in Florida, that's a pretty big accomplishment, although I think the shade from the broccoli plant is also helping. Next up is going to be green beans. Whether that's pole or whether that's bush varieties, you can grow these a lot closer together in a raised bed because of the amount of nutrients that you can kind of put in the bed. Legumes or green beans need a nitrogen fixing bacteria that can be present in any soil, honestly, or you can add inoculant to add it, but it needs a little bit of space in order to make that transition. And by putting them in raised beds, it gets like excessive nutrients and really, really good drainage, which helps them be able to do that process more effectively, which means you get more green beans. My peppers are just starting to come in over my shoulder right here. They're mixed in with some beans, but right here I have some pepper plants, and peppers love raised beds because the raised beds have super well draining soil, which is so important. Peppers actually prefer drought conditions. They don't want to be overwatered. And if your area gets too much water, they're not going to behave properly. They're going to get root rot so quick. It's silly. They need to have a bed that has a lot of like loose soil, sandy soil, perlite, vermiculite, the things that like help keep it moist but keep it drained. And raised beds do that really well as compared to like a container, which is either flooded with water or completely dried out, or the in-ground, which can sometimes hold way too much water. Next one on our list is going to be onions. I still have a few in this bed. This whole bed used to be nothing but onions. Onions are really great for raised beds, and it mainly has to do with that loose soil again. The onion, as it starts to bulb, starts to press against the soil. Some people do something called spooning, where you pull the soil away from the bulb to try to give it a little bit more room to grow. If you have compact in-ground soil, it's going to kind of compress it there. It does push out a little bit, but it's going to really compress the bulb of the onion. When you're in a raised bed that's very, not compacted, and it's, very loose. We've talked about this before. It allows that onion to kind of swell without you needing to have to do anything. No spooning, no nothing. Let's focus on the next one, which is potatoes, which are right over my shoulder. They're looking a little rough, and that's because they're almost ready for harvest, which is super exciting. But potatoes do really well in raised beds because of the amount of nutrients they need. They kind of are heavy feeders, especially in the beginning, and you're able to trap a lot more nutrients in an area by doing it in a raised bed. Now, there's a downside. They are not as easy to harvest in a raised bed as in like a grow bag where you can just dump it out and pull your potatoes. But in a raised bed, you tend to get larger potatoes than you do in a grow bag. Number 8 on our list is going to be this guy right here. I just have a couple garlics left. Let's pull it, see how we did. Look at that. Awesome. Garlic are really great to grow in a raised bed. It's all the nutrients because they're super heavy feeders. It's the loose soil, it's the even moisture. But even more than that is the fact that raised beds warm up faster than in-ground or containers warm up. So that means that if you're in a colder climate, they're going to sprout and grow quicker, which you want them to sprout and grow as quick as possible because once they hit a certain time of year, they're going to start bulbing regardless of their size. And small tops mean small bulbs. Big tops mean big bulbs. Big growth, big bulbs. I don't have a very big specimen for you to look at just yet, but these are my melons. These are watermelons, and I have cantaloupes down a couple beds. They're just getting started, but I grow them every single year in my raised bed, and they particularly love it because the well draining soil. Because that soil is super well draining, they don't get wet feet. Now, they talk a lot about melons and how you should mound them up, like create a mound and then put the seeds at the top of the mound. And the reason for that is because they do not like wet feet. These guys don't want to be in standing water. They're going to just get rot immediately. And they're very prone to disease. So having them mounded up helps keep them in well-draining soil. But when you have a raised bed, you don't have to worry about that because it's super well-draining just as a raised bed. And then the last one on our list is going to be squash. You can see a few of them in this bed right here. I have some patty pans, some zucchinis, gray zucchinis. I also have dunja. I grow all kinds of squashes. I'm kind of addicted to them. They make a very big plant. The plant, though, especially here in Florida, just tends to be riddled with disease. And the reason for that is the moisture and the humidity. Being in a raised bed means that the roots have the ability to spread out in loose soil, and it also has that even moisture that it likes without being super wet. In the ground, you're going to run into problems with it holding water too effectively, almost pooling. And that's not great for them. But they also don't want to be drought either. These guys are so picky. So having them in these raised beds makes it like the #1 vegetable to grow in a raised bed. So those are my top 10 veggies to grow in a raised bed. So if you got your raised bed, go ahead and get those plants started now. You're going to be so excited with how well they grow in them. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Happy gardening, friend.